let's now dive into the details for Management 104, Business Communications. Some of the details they're all written down in your syllabus, ready for you to sit down and review it. The syllabus is a bit long because they cover a lot of detail in it, anywhere from the assignments to expectations that you can expect for the class, but also what I'll be looking for you as well in the process. The student learning objectives, this is what the course is built on. Hopefully by the time we're all done, you'll be able to write an effective resume, application letter, describe the flow of communication in the organization, describe the listening process. Almost nobody talks about listening. It's always about talking. Here, we do both in the process. You'll also be able to do about the 3 stages of the writing process, compare direct and indirect patterns of organizing messages. There's a whole series of things that we want to cover in this class that really do a massive amount of communications. There's 2 requirements that you have to go through. Number 1, we have a textbook, and I don't say this for every textbook, but here I'm going to say it pretty clear. This is a good textbook. It's detailed, has a lot of information in it, so you have to buy the textbook for the class. The other part, what comes with the textbook, is called MindTap. Our homework assignments are built using MindTap. You must have MindTap. I want to make it real clear. If you don't get MindTap for this class, you will fail the class because you will not be able to do the homework. Our homework is based, the bulk of it is based on MindTap. You must buy MindTap and the textbook. The details are right there in the syllabus. I recommend that you get the textbook and the MindTap from our bookstore because they come as a bundle. Sometimes if you buy the textbook online, you have to make certain you get access to MindTap, and it doesn't always come with it. So make certain you get the textbook and you get MindTap in the process. On email, I teach a lot of classes. That being said, when you send me an email, you need to put the class and the section number that you have in it. So your name, class period, section number, put the class. So Management 104 and your section number. I teach multiple sections each semester on the topic. Put the section number and the class so I know what you're talking about right off the bat. So your first lesson on learning how to communicate with me well and effectively by letting me know your name, what class you're in, so I can sit down there and have in my mind exactly what I'm talking about or the topic that you're addressing in the email. Don't submit any assignments by email. Put them all in Canvas. And of course, keep your emails brief. And you'll find that's not only true in this class, it's going to be true in the world of business as well. Keep them brief and your communication will be clear, concise to not just the person reading it, but it'll help you focus as well. Here's a rule for college. Make the assumption that for every hour of class, you're going to have at least 2 hours to read the course material and complete homework assignments. This is a 3-credit-hour class. You need to plan on going through 3 hours in class and 6 hours out of class. You need to allocate your schedule 9 hours of time for this class every single week. If you don't do that, you're not going to do the work well and you'll struggle. Plan on being successful. Part of that is in the process of making certain that you're spending the adequate amount of time. There's class participation, and yes, I know this is online. Regardless, there's things you do to contribute to make certain you're part of it, and you'll see on the homework we have everything from assignments on writing, assignments and group work as well. So this is going to be an interesting class as you go through. Canvas, it's a big deal. You have to have access and be in Canvas. Once you register, you get an actual IBC email and the directions how to get on Canvas. Get on there. I have to tell you, our IBC IT department is really good. Here is their technical support number and also their phone number. They're there from 7:30 to 6, Monday through Friday. They're very good and they will work to make certain you're successful on all the Canvas access. Put these numbers somewhere where you can access them in case something goes sideways. You have a deadline and something goes sideways, contact them, they will help you. On Cengage MindTap, they also have a student support number. It is right here. You'll see once again, it says, you must have MindTap. Hopefully you're listening and you got that message. Here is the MindTap student support number. Put that down as well in case something goes sideways with your homework in the process. You can contact them 7 days a week as you go through. Where this class is different in the aspect that it's called an asynchronous Zoom class. We're going to have Zoom meetings, but we're not going to have them all at the same time. You'll be able to access them at your convenience. I've created a different format that's called a pod class. No, not a podcast, but a pod class. What I do is I take each chapter and I typically break them anywhere from 4 to 6 different assignments as we go through, and then I record them and I put them online. Normally they're 10 minutes or less. So there's 2 ways to actually watch the pod class as you go through. Okay, you can watch them all on your Canvas. They're all in sequence as to what you can do. And you go click, 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 and you watch each one. And by the time you're done, you're going to have 40 to 60 minutes of class, kind of like this one as you go through. Or I'm going to send them all to you on a regular basis through an announcement from Canvas. Typically, my schedule I have is 7 a.m. and then the second one I'll have at 3 p.m. on the day. So let's say we have 6 classes. You'll be getting an announcement every single morning at 7 o'clock. And then if I have extra ones, you'll get one Monday afternoon at 3, or maybe another one Tuesday afternoon at 3. Typically, I try to have them 5 days a week for you. You can actually go through, watch a 10-minute class. Sometimes I talk longer. I go 15 minutes. But that being said, normally they're about 10 minutes, and you get to have the class and get that little bit of knowledge right there. And that way you can actually keep current with what's going on in the class and the assignments as you go through. Pay attention to the dates and the assignments. If it's late, you get penalizing points for that as you go through. I send a lot of reminders. You're going to get a lot of announcements in this class. I like to have good communication. And if you have something you don't understand, drop me an email is the best way to go about doing that. The late homework assignment, if accepted, they're reduced by 25%. I also have a thing I call the rule of 4. You know, no matter what happens, life is going to interfere with your schedule, sometimes mine too as well. So what I have is you get 4 different opportunities in the semester to sit down and ask me for an extension for an assignment. Something comes up, you can't complete it on time, you drop me an email and I'll give you 4 extensions, and they're really the opportunity to sit down and I'll extend 4 different assignments for you, and I track them. Don't try to sit down and game me for 5 or 6. Just keep it to 4 as you go through, and I'll extend it for you in the process. Make certain that you follow the rules and that you sit down and don't cheat in the process. Make certain that you take your quizzes and tests as you go through. A grade of F, if I catch you cheating in the process, will be assigned to you. And we don't want to even go there in the process. If something happens, because life does interfere with the best laid plans as you go through, if you don't attend the first week of classes, if I see you're not watching the different things, I'm going to sit down and I'll drop you after the first week. I'm not going to waste my time or waste yours. If something happens where you can't attend class, let me know and we'll work together to drop the class, or I can make maybe some schedule adjustments for you. Whatever, I will work with you to help make you successful. But if you can't sit down and attend class and take the different assignments, drop the class. Otherwise, you're going to sit down there and get an F at the end, and you'll say, "Oh, I forgot to drop the class. Can you remove this?" Well, don't waste time for you and for me in the process, because that is your responsibility to attend class. If you can't make it, then it's up to you to sit down and withdraw from the class as you go through. Really go through, make certain you're academically honest. Don't even sit down there and go through that aspect of the aspect of trying to cheat. It's not worthwhile, and it doesn't help you in the process, and it doesn't help me. It really is a matter of one of these things of integrity. Oh, by the way, that's part of the world of business called ethics as you go through. The rule that I have primarily is dignity and respect. I think all of us should make certain that we have that, especially we'll be talking some dialogue on discussions. Typically on a discussion board, there'll be a post, you respond to the post, and then respond to 2 other students. Always make certain you're respectful to the other person. You can certainly disagree with them, but if you disagree with them, make certain that you're respectful in the process. That really is part of the college learning experience, is to how to use your brain, and then also make certain that you have an intelligent opinion about things instead of just responding in a raw emotional aspect of as you go through. I'm looking forward to working with you. This will be a lot of fun. This is one of the rare moments we're actually doing this class asynchronous. We'll all meet in our own time, and it really has been an amazing process. I'm looking forward to each one of you being successful in the process. Looking forward to working with you as you sit down there and learn communications and some of the great things you're about to write and communicate as we go through. Take care.